6 teams of Roboteers. A frenzied crowd awaits. Unleash the dogs of war. Let's throw them all in together. In
3, 2,
Annihilator!
1. Activate.
Let the wars begin!
Survival of the fittest. Last man standing wins.
The Annihilator is about staying alive.
Yeah, it's pretty scary stuff.
It's going to be carnage, I'm sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Master of Mayhem, Craig Charles.
Tonight on Robot Wars, a robot's worst nightmare comes true as we bring you the return of the Annihilator! Yes, tonight, 6 robots get thrown into the war zone together. It's cruel, it's twisted, but isn't that the way we like it? No, I said, isn't that the way we like it? A world of petrol-powered pain awaits. So, let the Annihilator begin!
It's pick and mix from 6, thrown in straight from the start to bash and crash, gnawing away until only one survives, the Annihilator champion. How can you survive this metal mashing, frenetic, frenzied fury?
From Coville in Leicestershire, Raging Knightmare.
Let's just remind ourselves of the Knightmare's form in the 7th Wars. Well, they defeated the seeded Spawn Again in their heat. They'd never before won a heat final in 2 previous attempts. But in the series semi-final, they came across defending champions Tornado and got no further. Slammed into submission and quietly, inexorably pushed to the pit. Raging Knightmare.
How are you going to handle this? There's 5 other robots in there. 4 of the other ones are flippers. Who's going to be out first?
Whoever's in front of us. We just go and aim for whoever's in front. There's no tactics, no nothing in these events. Go out there and hit whatever's in front.
Has lightweight body armour, that's a problem. Limited to 30 launches on the full CO2 load, that's a problem. But it does have high-powered weaponry, and it is built for aggression.
From Tiverton in Devon, Robochicken.
But headless as it comes into the Annihilator. As a boggle-eyed bird, it beat Mega Morg in its heat, using the Flippa in cunning style. Had a little bit of a pluck to get through before it was finally defeated, and tough as nails stopped the crowing of the Robochicken. Experienced though, and has the Flippa, and is one to watch.
Yes, we've got this cunning plan. We're going to remove the head from the chicken and go in there and nobody will recognise us.
You're telling me you're going in there as a headless chicken?
That's the best way.
This is the Annihilator. You've got no head, you can't see where you're going. The chicken's confused.
Sometimes it pays to be blind and just do what comes naturally.
The headless chicken has a high-powered flipper and a spinning disc. Good engineering, good weaponry, good fun. Can get up to 8 mile an hour top speed. Not the quickest.
From Stanwick in Northamptonshire, U2.
Well shepherded earlier on in the UK domestic championships. We thought it might be a lamb to the slaughter against Sore Point, but it was victorious and looked to have potential at that stage. Unfortunately, Tetanus Booster gave it the old sheep dip treatment. That's where its run towards the UK title ended. U2 back again for the Annihilator.
What are you going to do out there?
We're going to have to flip because the flipper isn't It's a little bit dodgy, but it's going to try and flip.
How many flips have you got per go?
Maybe 20, 25.
20, 25. Sounds pretty good to me, Scott.
The 80mm Flippa hits at 10 bar rate. It's running on 24-volt motors. It has a steel frame, but underneath, no armour. That's the vulnerability.
From Wilton in Northamptonshire, Canada.
The reigning Annihilator champion. But wholly unimpressive in Robot Wars the 7th Wars, the UK Championship, beaten in its first round heat, as its grip on the championship was weakened by the Grim Reaper, Barbaric Response, Big Nipper, and Growler. Has to do better in the Annihilator.
Current Annihilator champions.
That's right, but not for long, probably.
What do you mean by that?
Well, there's a lot of flippers in this round. So basically it's near enough 5 flippers against 1 crusher. So
Reckon you're going down?
No, we're going to win. It's easy.
An invertible running robot with 4 sets of hydraulic piercing jaws, ground clearance low, that's good. The success rate of this previously, though, has been very, very poor.
From Oregon in the USA, Flippa.
It'll have its first competitive fight here. I'll tell you why. Came across to try and qualify for the World Championships, got there and no further. Got stuck on the floor, Flippa. Spartacus from the USA saw it off. Flippa from Oregon was all gone and out in a trice. Must improve, can't do worse.
There's 5 other robots in there. Quite a lot of them are flippers. What will give you the advantage when you're there?
Well, I have a drum on the back of mine also, so I can go at it from 2 different angles, which some of the other ones can't.
It is absolute chaos once it starts. They're coming at you from all angles.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping I'll kind of skirt the sides and hit people and survive the first round, and that way I can do something again in the next round.
If it's working, has a rotating drum and CO2 pneumatic lifting arm that also acts as a 3-mech. Can take a lot of abuse without damage, so says Joe Moravsky. The wheels use a chain drive, though. That's a weakness.
From Newcastle in Staffordshire, Ripper.
A machine with attitude and talent. The talent was seen as they beat Agrabot convincingly. And also Daisy Cutter, very easily beaten by a good flipping machine. But then came the attitude. Overconfident, perhaps a wee bit cocky, they took on the house robots and sustained damage, which I think cost them later. Hit a lot and Shunt ganging up. Ripper damaged. Over went the ref bot. But Firestorm was to have the last laugh as Ripper went over and out.
There's 5 other robots in there.
That's right.
Are you feeling afraid at this stage?
A little bit. It's going to be carnage, I'm sure. We're going to just stay out of the way and see what happens.
2 750-watt motors at 24 volts, a low-pressure flipper. Does have other weapons. Good driver control, but thin armour could be a problem here.
Roboteers, stand by.
Can opener, Flippa, U2, Ripper, Robochicken, and Raging Knightmare. Robots in the arena. Stand by for the first round of the Annihilator after the break. Welcome back to the Annihilator. 6 robots start, only 1 will be left standing. There they are, tense and awaiting the action.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the teams. Starting off with Flipper on the left-hand side, Joe Moravsky, U2, Ian, Scott Lockhart and Tony Tabrell, and Can Opener, captained by Andrew Paul Kane there on the right-hand side. Tom Kane and Alistair O'Neill with him. There's Raging Knightmare on the left, Nigel Paget, Malcolm and Lee Summers, Ripper in the middle, John Finley, Stephen Johnson and David Finley, and Robochicken, Jason Snow, Farron White and Alec Dick. Dead Metal's in the arena for the house robots. And also Matilda with the spinning flywheel.
3, 2, 1, activate.
First, robot knocked out or immobilized, KO'd from the contest. 5 will carry on. Ripper flipping over can opener. Robochicken is flipped over. There, under pressure, is U2. Raging Knightmare was in there somewhere as well. In the middle there, you can see. Also, right against the arena wall is Flippa underneath U2. Is Flippa moving? Goodness me, it'll be for the first time in Robot Wars history if it is. Raging Knightmare crashing against can opener. Can opener against the arena side wall. I wonder if we're going to see another shot of the highly mobile Flipper. They're armed and dangerous up there. In the control pod, Step Mecha's in there as well. Ripper taking on Can Opener. Can Opener is on the verge of oblivion, right on the arena. So, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's a million times worse than the dentist drill of your worst ever nightmares. Did you hear it going in? Flipper is still in there. Fighting, a very good fight. Can opener, safely now, in the arena centre. Spinning, looking for trouble. Flipper and U2. Which one was immobilised first? If indeed they have been immobilised, Robochicken. They went over very early on, dented, bruised, battered. Are they still mobile? Ripple, it's good value for me and Can opener. The Annihilator champion. Certainly still moving his Raging Knightmare. Using one of those 30 CO2 launches on board to self-right. Can opener spinning. These are the best 3 for me. Not about 3 going through from this stage. 5 go through from this stage. Goodness me, avoid that pit, Can opener, because technically everyone is still alive at this stage, I think. Ripper fighting with Raging Knightmare. Stay away from peril, because there are others in more dire straits than you, like Robochicken. I think they were the first to be immobilised right at the start. The red bot agrees with me, and that's the end of the hen-pecked Robochicken. Laid a couple of rotten eggs, and although the others are now going down in the pit, they'll be okay to fight another day, as it were. Can opener and all. Robochicken first to fall.
Flipping fantastic way to begin the Annihilator. Chaos and carnage in the war zone. Lots of robots turned over, but Robochicken, they went out first, so they go out of the competition. Guys, I'm sorry I'm smiling, but you're out.
Yes, yeah, that wasn't very convincing, was it?
What went wrong?
Well, we had this cunning plan. If we took our head off...
A cunning plan, sir?
Yeah, cunning plan.
Yeah.
Take no head, it would self-right. Lovely. But it didn't. It didn't even work.
No.
So it was poor.
What's it like, those Annihilators, when there's like loads of robots in the arena all having a go?
Mad, absolutely mad.
Do you enjoy that sort of intense combat?
Yeah, it's pretty scary stuff.
Aye. Who did you see there you think's going to be the robots who are watching this Annihilator?
Well, I think that Ripper's going to be good.
Ripper always has a go at the house robots, though, which I think's stupid, because then the house robots have a go back, don't they?
It's good entertainment, though, and that's what we want.
It's good entertainment, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. That's what we like on Robot Wars. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Clucked. Let's hear it for Robochicken.
Whack! We started with 6 of the best. Saints alive, we're down to 5. Robochicken out. Can opener, Flipper and Ripper and U2. And Raging Knightmare, they remain.
Well, let's just take a break from the competition for 1 minute for tonight's special event. You see, some of our Roboteers have long memories, and they whinge in the pits about say Killalot did this to me and Shunt did that to me and Bash burnt my tyres. They think they can go head to head with the house robots. Well, shall we let them? Okay, bring on the Robot Rebellion!
I've got Gravity and Behemoth. They are assigned for the task. What are you going to do in there?
Well, flip them all out, of course.
Of course, you're a flipper. What else would you do? Who are you going for first?
The closest.
You have already flipped 2 of them out before. You had shunt and you had dead metal on their heads. So is it payback time? Are you going to go after all the mates?
No, just going to go after them all. So.
I think they might be after you as well, mind, after what you did to their friends.
Well, keep them coming.
Why not? Behemoth?
Yeah.
House robots.
Yeah, we've got some payback to do. It's been, over the years, they've got us in places where it's hurt, so...
Nobody would want to go to places that the house robots take them. In the corner, smash your head in. They're very big, they're very tough, they're very strong.
So we've always seemed to have bad luck with the competitors. So maybe the house robots will do better off. So got a very powerful drive there, so we'll hopefully feed gravity the robots and now just chuck them out.
Have a great time out there. Let's hope you don't get too crashed.
From Hemel Hempstead in Hertfordshire, Behemoth.
Have fought in 6 wars, reached the semi-finals once with the big bulldozer Scoop, a 6-wheeled robot.
From Leeuwarden in Holland, Gravity.
Reached the series semi-finals this time in its first appearance in the UK wars. The teams then Anthony Pritchard and Kane Aston and Behemoth on the left, and WJ, Alex and Jerome and Gravity on the right.
Roboteers, stand by.
And they're taking on the house robots. Growler. Cassius Chrome. There's Mr. Psycho. We have long memories and a long reach.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
So you think you're tough enough? Tough enough to withstand Growler? There is nothing quicker across the arena floor than Growler. Gravity thinks he can take on our dog of war. Oh, and he can! Growler's rolled over for a tummy tickle. This is not going according to plan. Cassius Chrome watches on as Growler... Oh, bit off more than he can chew. Dear, oh dear. Cassius Chrome, let me tell you, he's not the brightest. Overturned by Gravity. And in this house robot rebellion, the house robots are taking a tanking, and Gravity once again takes on the RevBot. So basically, we need Mr. Psycho to do something, and Behemoth behind it. Mr. Psycho's in reverse and crumbling. But Behemoth, it's a puny little axe compared to Mr. Psycho's weaponry, but I'll tell you, if Behemoth can get him behind, they can lift Mr. Psycho up and over. Mr. Psycho flattens down on Gravity's full pressure Flippa, sort of a snow speeder type robot, isn't it? The Dutch machine. And it's all down to Mr. Psycho against the rebelling robots. You can see Behemoth trying to lift Mr. Psycho up and over. Mr. Psycho's hammer comes down with the rhythm of a metronome. Decidedly more powerful. Cassius Chrome is now spinning up to full power to knock Behemoth towards the side wall. And I think the house robots are just now beginning to get the grips, aren't they? With the rebellious duo. Cassius Chrome spinning again. Gravity, I think, has been stopped, silenced. Behemoth nagging away there like a little gnat at the back of Mr. Psycho, who turns. What on earth was that tickling me? He says, and the floor flipper. Oh yes, competing brave robots. We are not just about our house robots that are mobile. Didn't we tell you we had the floor flipper, the angle grinders, the pit, the drop zone? Maybe we did forget to tell you. Take us on at your peril. Gravity stopped. Behemoth pushing Gravity towards Mr. Psycho to take the punishment, I think. Maybe to use it as some sort of a battering ram. They hinted at this in the pits, didn't they? Cassius Chrome comes in and separates the duo. I wonder if there is any life left in Gravity. Or Mr. Psycho, for that matter. You can see sparking at the bottom. You can see Behemoth coming in and attacking Cassius Chrome. Who wins the House Robots Rebellion, judges? How can you mark on star control damage and aggression and all that? Well, Growler was thrust up and over. Well done, Gravity. One House Robot beaten. Mr. Psycho looked on as Growler was roly-polied over. Cassius Chrome likewise. Gravity on top for the rebelling House Robots at that moment. But back they came. Mr. Psycho striking a blow for the House Robots. Not once, not twice, but thrice and more. Make that 4. Good little tussle in that corner. But energy totally expended by Gravity, leaving Behemoth really to fight the cause alone. Centre skittering, self-righting. Mr. Psycho still hammering. And in the end, 2 against 1.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This one is not for the judges. This one's for you lot. Now, if you think the House Robots won, make some noise. If you think our contestants won, make some noise. Well, there you go, guys. Come here. Behemoth.
Yes.
I consider you to be the unluckiest robot in the history of Robot Wars. Something always goes wrong with the robot at an inopportune moment.
Yes.
But out there, you prove that you can do it.
Yeah, it proves that, you know, we just had a bad state of luck through the years.
Because you battered everything out there then?
Yeah, we drove around.
What were you doing when you were you looked like you were hiding behind Gravity. Were they hiding behind you?
No, they were pushing me into a house robot. I lost drive, so I couldn't get anywhere.
Yeah. Were you hiding behind them?
No, as I say, we were trying to push them in, but there's so much oil down in that bottom corner, the wheels were just spinning.
We started to run out of gas, and they've got loads on board, an incredibly powerful Flipper. Why not use them as a weapon? But there's all the House Robots cheating a bit there to put oil down to stop us pushing them out. So
I tell you what, that was fun, wasn't it? What happened to you guys?
When Mr. Psycho hit us with the hammer, it just stopped. Just stopped. Really
all right, guys. That was it. That was the Robot Rebellion. Let's hear it for our Roboteers! Join me after the break when there's more devastation, more destruction. It's downright dirty on Robot Wars.
Still to come, the next stage of our Annihilator. 5 robots remain in the arena as we try and whittle them down to our eventual Annihilator champion. The toughest and roughest of them all. If you've just joined us, Robochicken were turned over in the first fight in the Annihilator. Didn't recover. And though there was plenty of metal mayhem, the countdown took Robochicken out and left us perhaps with a glimpse of what lies around the corner in this Annihilator.
Welcome back to Robot Wars and the Annihilator. One robot has already bitten the dust, and hopefully the remaining 5 are now ready to fight again.
And here they are, Craig, defending Annihilator champions Can Opener, Flippa, Ripper, U2, and Raging Knightmare.
The Annihilator, Scott, you got through round 1. What was that like for you?
That was scary because we got caught on the arena barrier, but luckily Robochicken was upside down. We were lucky to get through.
What's your tactics going to be then in the second round?
I want to get out the American Flipper.
Yes.
Yeah. Try and get that out. It's got a nasty spinner on the front. Try and get that out first.
Okay, you got through round 1 in the Annihilator.
Only just really thrown out.
You nearly got flipped out, didn't you?
That's what comes of fighting flippers all the time.
Yep, there's a lot of flippers in there.
There is, too many.
Now, tell me, because you compete in the wars as well.
Yes, we do.
How different is the wars to the Annihilator?
The wars are about just kill. Just go into the arena and kill. The Annihilator is about staying alive. So there's more dodging and weaving. It's actually quite a lot more fun.
Here they come then with the pincers. Can opener. Defending the Annihilator title.
Ripper.
Good competitor with the big Flippa. Ripper. There they are, the teams together. Ripper on the left, John Finley, Stephen Johnson and David Finley. Can opener, Andrew Paul Kane, Tom Kane and Alistair O'Neill.
Raging Knightmare.
Series semi-finalist in the UK Championships.
U2.
Fought in the Fifth Wars as Lamsey. Here comes Flippa.
Flipper.
Here comes Flippa. Here comes Flippa. Ah. Red carded. No entry. Leaving 2 teams. U2 there on the right-hand side and Raging Knightmare on the left.
Roboteers, stand by.
What on earth happened to Flippa? Shunt. And Matilda.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Mechanical failure let down Flippa. 4 in the arena. Raging Knightmare taking a bashing from U2 and overturned by Ripper. And Ripper right in the thick of things there. And look at Can Opener linked together with Raging Knightmare. Pinched together perhaps. And look at Ripper, that is immensely powerful. Big, sturdy, 100 kilos in weight. Plenty of drive from the 750 watt motors running at 24 volts. It's a low pressure Flipper. They can bring in other weapons if they want. I like the look of Ripper, the Nottinghamshire based roboteering team. Can Opener still in the thick of things as well. They can change those pincer blades. Raging Knightmare hops about. U2 is overturned. I don't know whether they can self-right from there, U2. A flipping battle going on elsewhere. But this could prove decisive. Can Opener came in as Raging Knightmare was flipping about all over the place. U2 on its side. Now I don't think they can get down from there. Still statuesque. U2, the pit has been alarmed, in other words, activated. And U2 is about to go out, or will they? Will they beat the count here as Raging Knightmare topples? Has to go down quickly to save U2. It's a matter of seconds. U2 or Raging Knightmare. It's U2. Bang, gone. Raging Knightmare survives by the skin of their teeth. How on earth do they survive there? U2 may well bleat about it, but they're out.
Well, Raging Knightmare was perched on the edge of the pit, but U2 got counted out. So U2, they go out. It's a wicked haircut, that. You're going for the David Beckham, aren't you? It's like that, isn't it? Look at that. Wicked haircut. What do you think about that, then?
That was quite a shame, actually, because we did quite well at the start, but the pipe came off and just leaking CO2.
Yeah, and you were just immobilised then, basically, weren't you?
Yeah, because we got tipped upside down.
But Raging Knightmare on the edge of the pit like that, if they'd have gone in before you were campered out, you'd be through, and they'd be going home in a basket. Never mind, eh? You don't want to be in that Annihilator anyway. Everyone gets battered in there.
Yeah.
How's your robot? How do you think it's performed for you?
It's been okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you had a good time at Robot Wars?
Brilliant.
Brilliant. You'll come back again, won't you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it. You too.
So what happened? You didn't even make it out there.
Well, there were just too many technical problems keeping me from being able to go into the arena. I was kind of plagued with them since the moment I landed here with speed controls and everything, and it just, everything added up and it just wouldn't work.
Well, thank you very much. You've made the journey all the way from the States. We really appreciate it. We hope to see you in the next Wars.
Yeah, I hope to be here.
Thank you.
We like Joe Moravsky. We don't like his robot Flipper. Ah, what a spree. Then there were 3. Ripper, Can Opener, Raging Knightmare.
Congratulations, you all through the next round of the Annihilator.
Thank you, thank you.
There's only 3 robots in there now.
That's right.
What are your tactics going to be?
See what happens. You can't really make tactics, because with 3, one will go for the other, and then there'll be one left. And it hopefully will be the one left, and then we'll be able to take whoever out we want.
You'll just be running around the arena, having a nice time.
Yeah.
Spot of sunbathing.
Why not?
Why not? There are only 3 robots, but one of those robots is the current Annihilator champion.
He is. We're a little bit worried, but we're quite confident that we can take him.
What's his biggest weakness? Because he can't actually spit you out, can he?
He can basically crush us, but all he's crushing is air. So that's his weakness. We can actually pick him up and move him around the arena. So we can basically, that's what we're going to do, pick him up, move him around the arena.
Flip him over the side?
We're going to have a good go at doing that. He's a bit big though. He doesn't like being flipped over the side because he's big.
Congratulations, you are through to the next round of the Annihilator. What happened in that arena for you?
I think we were lucky to survive the last one as we were petering over the pit. Can't the guys in his jaws, and he couldn't quite drop us in, but we survived it. This time it's going to be our turn.
What are you going to do in there?
I think one of them's going out the arena. I ain't bothered which one it is, but one of them's going out.
The other one's a Flippa and the other one's a close.
Yeah.
How do you deal? You deal with them both the same?
Yep, straight at him.
Raging Knightmare.
May well be left to fight a lone cause here. Nigel Paget, Lee and Malcolm Summers. I'll tell you why in a moment.
Can opener.
2 machines ready to come in. Can opener the first. Why do I say 2? It's significant.
Ripper.
Out comes Ripper the second. The team's very close friends, I can tell you. Will they gang up on Raging Knightmare? Ripper on the left-hand side, John and David Finley, Stephen Johnson, Can opener, Andrew Paul Kane, Tom Kane and Alistair O'Neill.
Roboteers, stand by.
Politics going on here? I wonder. Sergeant Bash in there for the House Robots? Dead Metal 2? Very tense.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Could gang warfare be about to erupt? In the Annihilator, Ripper attacking Raging Knightmare. Can opener attacking Raging Knightmare. I had an inkling this might happen.
And Ripper on Raging Knightmare once again. Sergeant Bash almost coming in as a protecting force. Raging Knightmare. Go on, we support the underdogs on Robot Wars between the two of them. And they'll have their work cut out now, though. Ripper looks very strong to me. Should have done better in the UK Championships. Can opener overturned by Raging Knightmare. It's backs to the wall stuff, though. For Lee Summers, the 17-year-old apprentice engineer driving Raging Knightmare. Overturned once and twice by Ripper. Can opener pinces. Ooh, it looks painful out there, doesn't it? The Can opener team looking on. Saw a shot of Andrew Kane, a hydraulic engineer by trade. Look at the holes now in Raging Knightmare. Still brave enough to self-right punctured though. Can opener trying to overturn it. Well, if Raging Knightmare is beaten here and the 2 other teams go through, will friendships end there? Will rivalry, intense rivalry, take over? Can opener pushing as Ripper presses the pit release. And teamwork, I'm afraid, did it. As far as Raging Knightmare is concerned, beaten by 2 very good machines who linked well. Now, I could be imagining all this, and it may be coincidence. We'll have to wait and see. Have to wait and see if Raging Knightmare eventually gives up. Or whether Can Opener will be dragged down after it. The judges would go for Can Opener if that happened, I'm sure. They're both there on the end. Meanwhile, Ripper is learning valuable lessons about Can Opener as the seconds dribble away. And Raging Knightmare eliminated from the Annihilator.
Cease.
Raging Knightmare. They have a nightmare. Teamwork from Can Opener and Ripper. Can Opener and Ripper in the Annihilator final. said it was teamwork.
It was.
They ganged up on you.
They sure did, yes.
They bullied you.
Yes, 2-1, no chance.
Well, the driver for Ripper used to drive can opener.
Yeah, we know that, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, it was like 2 robots against 1.
Yeah, all the way along, yeah.
It wasn't fair.
No.
How'd you feel about it?
We put up a good fight, though, didn't we?
You did, you know, but like...
We were trying.
Robot was dead in the end, though. What happened?
It's like he just pinched too far, really, and just something's come dislodged.
Yeah. And he's the Annihilator champion, that can opener.
Yeah.
I think one-on-one we're beating now.
Pardon?
I think one-on-one we're beating now.
Oh, I'd love to see that one-on-one. I'd love to see a grudge match, because that wasn't fair, was it? That was 2 against 1.
It was 2 against 1. They knew who the favourite was, who were going to win this competition. If it was a fair competition and they fought it in the true spirit of what it should have been fought in.
Yeah, the
Annihilator. Free for all for everybody.
Yeah, the Annihilator's all about. I mean, you kind of form alliances if you want. Yeah. I mean, you were obviously the dangerous robot in there. Yeah. Obviously, the better engineers. Obviously, the better robot with the more powerful. Better looking team as well.
Yeah.
Obviously. And they took offence to that because you guys have got it all and they've just got sad lives in sheds.
Yeah. We've got a garage.
Yeah. And you've got a garage, haven't you?
That's all we use, yeah, just a garage.
And they've only got a shed. And their wives aren't talking to them.
Yeah.
So, don't worry about it.
No.
Go and enjoy your life.
We will.
They've got none. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Raging Knightmare! Only joking. You're the reigning Annihilator champion. You can't have any alliances now in the final.
No, this is hell.
And that Ripper can flip.
Yep, we got damaged in that last one.
Yeah.
So we've got a bit of work to do, which is what the Annihilator's about. We only get a short amount of time.
That's it. Do you think you can repair it in time?
I think I can.
Yeah. Your jaws are really strong. You went right through the robot.
Well, they go through most robots.
Yeah. How much power?
It's about 3 tons on the tips.
Oh dear. All right, let's just talk to Ripper. Feeling confident? You can't have an alliance in the final. It's going to be head to head.
We'll show him.
Yeah.
We'll show him.
Will you? Great Flipper.
Yes, very good.
Do you reckon you can get him out the arena?
I think so, yes.
Is that what you're going to go for?
Yeah, that's what we're going to have to go for. Get him out the arena and just play about then.
Alrighty then. I can't wait to see the Annihilator final. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Ripper and Can Opener!
Forget the old truce. Now is the moment of truth. The Annihilator final between Can Opener and Ripper. The Flipper against the Pincers. Who will prevail? Find out after the break. In our last part of the Annihilator on Robot Wars, we saw how U2 and Raging Knightmare's hopes were eventually toppled. U2 went. So did Raging Knightmare as politics took over.
Welcome back to Robot Wars and the finale of the Annihilator. Out of the 6 robots who started out tonight, only 2 remain.
For all the others, it's boo-hoo, because now we're down to 2. Can Opener, the defending champions, and Ripper.
Ripper the Flipper, you made it through to the Annihilator final.
did.
How are you feeling?
As always, nervous, but quite excited.
You are up against the current champion.
We are. We're a little bit concerned.
They have a lot of experience in these Annihilators.
They do, yeah.
What do you think their tactics are going to be?
Very quickly come in and crush, get our rams. That's what they're going to do. Take our rams out, and then we've got no chance of doing anything to them, really. They can outpush us.
So what are you going to do to counteract them doing
3,
that?
2, 1, activate, straight over, give them out the arena.
Just like that.
That sounds easy.
We'll see if it is.
Well, the current Annihilator champions are now again into the final. How are we feeling?
We're feeling quite good.
You're feeling quite confident?
Yes, we are. Well, we'll give it our best shot.
You're up against Ripper the Flipper.
Yes.
How are you going to approach him?
Very carefully.
Yes.
We're going to grip the Ripper.
You're going to grip the Ripper?
Yeah.
You're going to grip Ripper the Flipper?
Yeah, we're going to grip Ripper the Flipper.
You're going to grip Ripper the Flipper?
We're going to attempt to cut it in 2.
They're bruised. they're battered, and now our two survivors face one defining battle. So, are you ready to find an Annihilator champion? Okay, then let the final begin!
Can opener.
The lighter, but the quicker of the two. The team, Andrew and Tom Kane and Alistair O'Neill driving.
Ripper.
Has the Flippa. Has the power for me. John and David Finlay and Stephen Johnson, the weapon operator.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the Annihilator final, representing the House Robots, Matilda, and also Mr. Psycho.
3, 2, 1.
Can opener, the defending Annihilator champion, but for me up against it. Ripper flipping, once missing at the second time of asking though. And Can opener around the side. Ripper's ground clearance, half a centimetre. Can opener's 1 centimetre, but an invertible robot can run either way up, don't forget. With its hydraulic piercing jaws. Very even so far. They crash and bash and bounce off each other. The Can opener prepares for a drive. What's happened to Ripper? Ripper can't get out from the arena wall. Has their control gone? I think it might have done, you know. They still got flippability. The old FF flippability factor on Robot Wars. They're moving because Can opener is dragging them. I think they've lost forward motion, Ripper. Which means that Can opener, although for long periods in this Annihilator has not looked at its best, could well triumph again. Spinning away. Now let's see if Ripper can come after them. They can't, can they? They're sort of crab-like moving from side to side as the crab-looking machine, Can opener, virtually pierces the pit release. Oh, Mr. Psycho came out of the CPZ and tried to have a hammer blow on Ripper. That was a bit naughty, because Ripper was not in that CPZ. So you go and tell Mr. Psycho off.
I'm not.
We're looking there at the Ripper team. They're looking worried, aren't they? I'm intrigued to find out what has gone wrong. They are now in the CPZ! And the smile is on the face of Tom Kane in the Can opener team, because they know now that Ripper is at the mercy of Mr. Psycho. The big blow comes down. Ripper simply can't move away. Hamstrung from the early stages of this Annihilator final, which has been about the survival of the strongest. The strongest, most durable robot, not necessarily the most effective over short distances, or with a massive weaponry impact over a short time factor. Can opener once again has gone the distance. There could yet be a twist in the tail though, because if Can opener gets too close, that close to the arena side wall, Ripper can flip him out. That's why Ripper jostling for position at the moment, and that's why Can opener, you'll see, oh now they've gone straight onto the Flippa, but they can pinch in and grapple and hold on. Oh dear, and crumple as well. Look at that. Can opener is smoking. Are they locked in an embrace of doom? Okay, so the ref bot's counting down. Help me out. Who's it counting down? Must be Ripper, mustn't it? Must be Ripper. Can opener's smoking. But Ripper's light and flicker of flame of life went out a long time ago. Has to be Can opener for me.
Ripper, a top flipping robot. But if anyone can beat him, Can opener can. Ripper counted out. Can opener remain the Annihilator champions! Hey.
Yep.
Ripper the Flipper.
Yep.
What went wrong?
First impact on the side, we think a chain's come off. We lost drive to one side, then it was just round in circles from there.
It's gone round in circles.
Yeah, but we were still defending ourselves.
You're quite close to that team, aren't you?
Sort of.
Yeah, I mean, well, who does the driving? Who did the driving for can opener?
I've driven can opener before.
You've driven can opener before, so you're quite close. And then both of you ganged up on Raging Nightmare, didn't you? And gave him a right good kicking.
Raging Nightmare were our biggest threat because there's certain positions in our machine where we can't self-right. And being a new machine, we're still ironing out the bugs, so we had to get rid of the Flippa.
You know, they're reigning Annihilator champions.
Yeah.
Annihilator champions again, so there's no disgrace going out to them.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, raise the roof for Ripper! I was talking to you downstairs and you were thinking,
it's
no chance.
No, it's a good robot, Ripper is. And John knows how it works, how our robot works, and knows its foibles and can take it out when he feels like it.
Well, how come he didn't then? Because he lost his drive?
He lost the drive.
How come in the UK Championships you guys never do very well?
Well, I can explain that quite easily.
That's why I asked the question. Come on then.
When you go into the UK Championship, you get one chance at it and you kill. This Annihilator's a different game altogether. It's staying alive that counts.
Yeah, is it a certain element of running away in the early stages of the Annihilator then?
It works.
Yeah, and ganging up with your mates.
It doesn't have that in the UK Championship.
Yeah. But hey, you've retained the Annihilator Championship. I mean, not many robots can claim that, can they?
No. In fact, there's not one.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, please, can you raise the roof for the reigning Annihilator champions? This is Can Opener! Well, 6 robots came through the war zone doors, but only one survived on Robot Wars. Bye-bye.
Coming up next time, 8 of the most experienced, well-known machines in Robot Wars. Who'll go far in the All-Star Championships?
Next on Challenge Showbiz, glitter-covered Pointless with pointless celebrities. Next on Pick, O'Neill begins to age at an alarming rate. No amount of hair dye is going to sort this in Stargate SG-1.
Can Opener!